We're here to honor my partner for many years, Miguel Rodrigo Jesus Alfredo Esteban de Zaragoza. Also known as Douglas Scott Kondziolka. And I don't have much to say. And my daughter says, you know, if you don't write something, you're gonna be out there for like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and just tell stories people don't want to hear, like the time we got drunk in New Orleans, the time we got drunk in Boston. That, you know, it's just. So I actually wrote. I wrote a little bit of thing here. See if I can do most of this. Thank you, Dakota. Esmeralda. So anyway, Miguel, or Doug, as you guys know, was an entertainer, a teacher, a director, a producer, a poet, a mentor to many, and one of the, in my world, the best psychic ever in this world. We worked together 45 years. How many couples out there have been married for that long? That's a long time. We were, in those 45 years, we had a lot of adventures on and off the stage, and a lot of them actually happened in our younger years. The older we got, we never grew up. Never mind. I always thought that memorials were about coming out here and lying, but I can't lie to you. I mean, like 45 years, and to say that I miss him is totally an understatement. I got it. One thing that Doug Miguel loved is that he loved you people. He loved the audience. He loved walking through the lanes, meeting everyone, talking to everyone, and that was his way of just being who he was. He just loved to start conversations with anyone who would listen to him, and he made so many friends, and so many friends that are still coming to the show and to our show, and that was his whole life was out there on the streets. He shined so brightly, and you could always spot him with his plumes flying out in the up in the air. You always knew where he was. And that made him an incredibly recognizable, probably the most recognizable character in the Renaissance Festival circuit, and also one of the most beloved characters in the Renaissance Festival circuit. So, like we spent a lot of time in the early years going everywhere and hanging out here and hanging out there. And one of my most fond memories was we were doing the Boston King Richard's Fair in Scarborough, Massachusetts, maybe 1983, 1984. And we decided to go to Cape Cod just to check it out. We had never seen it. So we're out there. We go and check out the ocean. We look at everything. And all of a sudden, he said, let's go to a bar and get some lunch. So we go and walk into this bar. And we have a little lunch and maybe a cocktail, and a couple of guys next to me they keep staring at me. And finally one of them says, hey, are you Juan from the Renaissance Festival? And I go, well, yes, I am. And he says, oh my God, we love the festival. We love your show. May I buy you a drink? And I said, well, thank you so very much. I truly appreciate that. And he looks to the entrance of the bar. It's like he's expecting someone else. It's like he keeps looking and says, I also like to buy one for your partner, Miguel. Is he with you? And I go, well, yes, he's right here next to me. So he could travel anywhere he wanted incognito. No one recognized him. It's just like, I was very envious of that. But anyway, so I can keep on going and going. But but that was Miguel, that was Doug, that was his thing. He was rarely recognized in public, but always remembered. So, lords and ladies, we have a lot of music, a lot of people that want to say something, so I'll cut it right here. Thank you very much for being here. I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Don Juan. My name is Jim Hancock, for those who don't know that. Don Juan has asked me to herd the cats, as it were, here. And the first thing, he did mention that Doug Miguel loved music. And one of the things, he started out, his first job at a Renaissance Festival was in a madrigal group. And he loved singing with these ladies here, another madrigal group, and they're called Queen Anne's Lace. And he loved this particular song, he had his own words to it. So he changed the words slightly. And Mom, Arda, where was she there? Oh, there she is. She found a recording of it and transcribed the words. So I'm going to attempt to sing Doug's part. And while, all right, stage directions. And Queen Anne's Lace is going to come forward and back me up the way they back him up. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. But there's no danger, toil, nor trouble in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my papa. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I know dark clouds will gather round me, and my way seem rough and steep. But my sweet Jesus, he'll reward me by making me to know life's sweet. I'm going there to see my mama. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going. I'm going there to see my brothers and take my sisters by the hand. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm going to that promised land. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm going to that promised land. Thank you. And now I'm going to back up and get behind Queen Anne's Lace while they sing a song, and I'm just going to play the guitar for them.
Stay sitting right there. Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
They can hear you, we can hear you, it's all good. It's all good. Everybody wins.
I love being surrounded by beautiful women who sing so wonderfully.
We're gonna go with you. I think it's F sharp.
F sharp, F sharp.
I like that one. F sharp. 1, 2, 3. Let a light shine in your window. Let me see what. No, that's not it. That's not it. No. So much no.
Well, you know, there's nothing like a well planned out show, and well, this is nothing like a well planned out show.
So much better. I like that one. 1, 2, 3. Let a light, yay, shine in your window. Let me see where I have been. And if that light still shines and is gorgeous, I will pass this way again. I will pass this way again. I can take a light, will throw my
Yes. Always good to have positive feedback. That's me, by the way. I'm sure of that. All right, then. Well, from 8 or 10 or however many are wondrous women singing beautiful songs, we have one woman singing a beautiful song and playing her squeeze box for you. Please welcome Amanda Kitchens.
Thank you very much, my friends. It was a real honor to get to know Doug, get to know Miguel. I feel like every day of knowing him was a celebration. He was just, I don't know how he had so much energy to be in the streets all day, just bringing joy to everybody, but he did. He just had so much joy to give. And Jim asked me if I knew any songs in Polish. I knew one in Romanian. So instead I'm gonna do this song in English because, I don't know, and it really segues really well with what Queen Anne's Lace just did. Because he was really a sunshine in a lot of people's life. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, oh dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt she held you in her arms. And as I woke, oh dear, my love was taken. And so I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, oh dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Don't mind if I do. You will regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, oh, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, oh, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. So please don't take my sunshine away. Doug, you know.
You know, a mark of Doug's and Miguel's influence on everybody here is there are several people here who prefer to remain behind the scenes doing what they do, which is basically producing the festival. But they have decided they wish to say a few words to all of us. Please welcome Richard Hollyfield and Richard Korsch. Just come back a bit, so here you go. I'm Korsch. This. Yeah, put it right on your mouth.
Closer to your
Can you
mouth.
hear me now?
No.
Okay, great. You know,
Closer to your mouth.
Step back, turn to your left. Eat the worm.
this way. Yes. Oh, hey, great. Okay. You know, every
No.
I'm trying. On a festival day, this year seems so very strange because Doug, is not welcoming all of us into the festival. What Sharon and I, however, miss the most is not meeting Doug when we enter into the festival, because that has given us.
Hold up. It's off again.
You might need a minute.
This one?
No.
This one? No. No, there it is. Okay. What Sharon and I miss the most is not meeting Doug in the morning. Just after opening.
Don't move your head.
Just after opening, because he's always been one of the first people that we have.
Use the standing one.
He's one of the first people that we have an opportunity to meet with, talk with, and catch up.
Hello? Yeah. I think that's.
Again?
No.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
That works.
Well,
Let's try that. I'm sorry. That's okay. But what I wanted to say is, or I'm trying to say, I mean, that's a very personal time for Sharon and I. It is one that we're going to miss very much. But beyond that very personal time, I want to acknowledge how much Doug has given not only to this festival, but to the broader community. Doug, we're going to miss you.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that the whole community here is definitely going to miss Doug very much, and it was a shock. Okay, so I have a list of a few things that come to mind as I remember Doug Kondziolka. I'm always at the front gate in the morning, and Doug was always there, and we used to visit, and then he would come in the festival, and then I wouldn't see him for a while. But as we went through the day, it was obvious his participation in all parts of the festival. He was just a stellar entertainer. His antics in the lanes, I'm sure every one of you have experienced them, because they are They're almost unexplainable, okay? So I just wanted to pass that along and let you remember those kinds of things about Doug. His crowd contact during the parade was unbelievable, you know? And he always anchored the parade, and everybody would wait just so they could see Doug and what he came up with at the end of the parade. Yeah. His stage presence was always stellar, no matter where he was at or what he was doing. Also, I'll never forget that he had the ability to make music with his balloon riffs. I know each of you have heard those, and some of them are just outstanding, you know. Last but not least, he always brought his A game. Always. We already miss Doug, but he will never be forgotten. Thank you. I want to ask you all to give a big huzzah for Doug Kondziolka.
Richard Korsh and Richard Hollyfield. There we go. And now someone who he hasn't been here in a while, but you might know him as one of the mud beggars, a bunch of other things here, and he would like to have a few words with you all, and that is Wes Holden.
All right, hi guys. Hi. So yeah, Wes Holden, Mudbeggar extraordinaire. Guys, you knew it was going to happen. Just a second. Wes Holden. 40 years ago, on a night just like tonight, I met Doug here. We became fast friends. I'm going to speed through this a little bit. And here we are. Surprise, surprise. This thing happened so quickly. It's just unbelievable. And I'm trying to think of things to say about my best friend, you know, and I'm going over it. I'm like, I'll talk about Miguel instead. That'll be easier, not personal Doug. I'll talk about Miguel and what should I say? What should I say? And I keep going through it and I'm going on. And finally, you know, I'm going to be in front of all these people and they're expecting something and you know him. And I'm thinking to myself, Doug, what should I say? And he says, in my head, he comes down to me. He's like, Wes, it doesn't matter. Just as soon as you get in front of all those people, twinkle, damn it. That's all. That's all that matters. Just twinkle. Doesn't matter what you say, just twinkle. And they'll cry, you know, the way Doug would do that. You guys, we who knew him, who were part of the circuit and part of his life on the road, we get to see him every 2 months or so, and some of us would see him for 6 weeks at a time, 8 weeks at a time, year after year. Sometimes we do 3 shows together, and we see him all that time, and we form these relationships. But so did you. You formed that relationship as guests here that he touched, and you touched him. Oh, believe me, you touched his heart very deeply. Some of you came every year, maybe just once. That means you saw Doug 40 times. That's it, 40 times. And in that time, the impact that you made on him and he made on you, well, here you are, all right? So I want to read something that he wrote, and it was mainly about, I'll just let the fly on me. It'll be a very Marlon Brando moment, hopefully. I want to read something that he wrote. It was mainly pertaining to the family here that travels on the road, that we see each other. But I so think it pertains to you too. I know it would in his heart. He wrote on October 11th, I awoke thinking about grief. I think about our community of travelers who come together for a month or two and then, like seeds from a dandelion, fly off to other festivals. I have friends I see for 2 months out of the year, and these friends are dear, intimate, part of the fabric of my life. Few do I ever see on a daily or even weekly basis throughout the year, like yourselves. Sometimes we're lucky enough to share a circuit and we get to spend more time together, but oftentimes, times not. We normally spend only a festival run of 6 to 9 weeks together, but we have learned to open our hearts and to allow these rich and deep relationships that last for years to form and blossom. These are relationships we grow accustomed to allowing to slumber, to rest for a while. When we leave one another, there might be a moment of sadness, but we know that we will see that soul and dance and laugh and share in love with that soul again. We've learned to pick up friendships right where we left off. So when a friend in our community dies, it can be a blast of shock or a burn of grief. Often this grief is confused and feels like more of a tear, a rip in our soul. It's when this rip grows, when this tear widens, that our grief slowly and truly sets in. And grief is not only sorrow, but a joyous celebration of memories. Certainly there is a hole in our lives. There's a smile we will no longer share, a hand we will no longer touch, a feather we will no longer see. But I think our lifestyle allows us to savor our grief in a positive way and to heal each other together slowly as our journey continues. That's from Doug, and I think it pertains to you guys too, okay? Now, to me, Doug was Don Juan and Jose, sword fighting comedy. On the street, he was Miguel, friend, psychoanalyst, singer. I knew Doug as a singer also, and I sang with him many, many times. He would come over and sing songs. We'd sing together. I was in a jongleur group with him one year when he asked me, please, we need you, we need someone. I can't, Doug, I can't. You can. You can. And I did, and it was joyous. So there was a song that Doug used to sing with Jim and our good friend Michael Riley. You might know him. I'd like to invite Michael up right now. They would sing it together. I never got the chance to sing this song. Yeah, we're going to sing here.
You done speaking?
And I never got a chance to sing this song with Doug, but I got to see them sing with this gentleman here, Tellini, our cardinal, if you remember him, Michael Riley. Out here is good? All right. You want to sing with me, or are you going to sing on your own?
You can sing in his own.
Okay. Said the music director. My directing just stopped right there, you know. So anyway, this is a song they used to sing together, and if you forgive me, I'm going to take Doug's part today, and I hope you enjoy it. Believe all those endearing young charms which I gaze on so fondly today were to change by tomorrow and fleet in my arms like fairy gifts fading away. Thou would still be adored as this moment thou art. Let thy loveliness fade as it will, and around the dear ruin each wish of my heart would entwine
little song I used to sing for Miguel, and he would interpret the song, and so would Don Juan would play a couple of the other parts in the song. We don't really have Miguel, so we've enlisted the stylings, the interpretive stylings of Rob Williams of the Kamikaze Fireflies. This is a Spanish language children's story set to music and translated into English. And there is, of course, a chorus, and the chorus is still in Spanish, and it goes something like this. Moo. All right, we'll translate it into English for you. Moo. I think it loses a little in the translation. Well, there once was a bull, a magnificent bull, in a pasture in old Barcelona. He would romp and he'd play through the flowers all day, till he'd smell just like eau de cologne. He was gentle and kind, and his moves refined, which the rest of the bulls all resented. For when he'd start to move, in a moment or two, he'd have all the cows discontented. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, the bull with the delicate ego. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, the heifers all called him amigo. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, he'd curtsy and greet them politely, for he knew how to tango and dance the fandango, but he never learned to fight. Canta conmigo en español ahora. All right, all you English speakers, sing it with us now. Oh, you know this song. Enter the antagonist. Well, there once was a bee, a magnificent bee, who was feeling so chock full of vigor that he got out of hand and he stung Ferdinand with his sharp little thingamajigger. Ferdinand was so hurt, he was pawing the dirt, when a bold picador chanced to sight him. Ah, the picador cried, as a matter of pride, I'll get out my stiletti and fight him. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, he smiled when the picador faced him. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, he winked when the picador chased him. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, he viewed the occasion so lightly. When the picador missed him, Ferdinand kissed him. For he never learned to fight. Ferdy never learned to fight. Don Juan and Rob, welcome. Well, I'd like to elevate the thing, this a little bit here, but, well, we're hopelessly lost. No, actually, this man is not only our boss, but he's also a wordsmith of his own. Please welcome Master William Shakespeare.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dan Kostelik. I'm the entertainment director here at Scarborough, and I'm also a professional Englishman. Now, I was working on what to say about Doug, about Miguel. Well, I guess for 2 months. What do you say? I only wrote these words down about an hour ago, but I'm very professional. But I am. But Doug was a mentor to me. He was a mentor to dozens, hundreds probably of people. I first met Miguel between 25 and 30 years ago as a teenager, going to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair once a season with my mother and my sister. And Miguel was everything. He was everywhere. The Don Juan and Miguel show had it all. It had swords, whips, and jokes that a 13-year-old was able to understand. And I loved that. So a few years later, I'm 21 years old. I got the chance to be in the Blackfriar acting company for the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair and got to play in the streets alongside him. And he started just occasionally teaching me and some of the other actors how to take up space, how to have presence. And then a few years later, I got to meet Doug about 20 years ago. So I'm a kid compared to most of the folks here. Instead of 45 years or 40 years, it's just 20. So, but my life hasn't been the same since I met Doug Kondziolka. He came in as a guest instructor to the acting company at the PA Ren Fair, where I was an actor, and he taught us how to really inhabit our characters, how to live in the moment. He started giving us the secret sauce, the source code of how to do what he did. And he reminded all of us that even though he'd been now doing this for over 20 years, it was now our turn to start stepping up and doing this. And it's the greatest gift he could have ever given us. He taught us not just how to be actors, but how to be. And that's the greatest gift of all. So fast forward almost 20 years later, I come here to Scarborough, and he first as an act, as Shakespeare, and he helped me to refine that act further. He stepped back in as my mentor again. He helped shave off the rough corners. He taught me how to really love my audience, all of you. And that's when I got to know Doug. He'd invite me to his tea parties. Those of you who are laughing know. We'd have coffee or lunches, and he taught me how to be a better performer and a better friend. And that was the best lesson he ever gave. Regardless of profession or how we play at the Ren Fair, if we're here as a professional actor, as a crafter, as a patron, whether this was our career or not, as Wes said, he taught us how to twinkle. And I would not be here today without his inspiration, his passion, his mentorship, and like I said earlier, there are dozens, countless dozens of other people who have a story just like mine. So let's not be sad that our time with Miguel, with Doug, is over. Let's be happy that it happened. And so in my capacity as a professional Englishman, I will close with this. Jim suggested it, Doug loved it, from The Tempest. Be English. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and have melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, all which we inherit shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little lives are rounded with a sleep. Sleep well, Doug. We love you. Twinkle, damn it.
Master William Shakespeare. This next guy is one of the few people I know who knows more songs than I do. He knows a lot more than I do, and he's written a lot of really good ones. When we were talking about what he should do for this, because he has many songs that would be quite apt, I suggested this particular song. You have to really listen to the words, and it's really very appropriate. So please welcome Jerry Barry.
Hi. This is a song I wrote, and what this song is about is, geez, now I'm sitting here going, why are they doing that? Now I'm doing it. It's about the magic that you experience here, and how when you leave, you don't leave it at the door. You take it with you. Sorry. Sorry. Songs are sung, we've had our fun, with tales and dances spun. Laughter of the day spills o'er me like sugar on my tongue. We share our gifts as one to lift all our spirits high. With open hearts, we've done our part. Now it's time to say goodbye. Sometime soon this might seem like a dream from far away. Not only did it happen, but it happened here today. What a time, food so fine, with friends and ale and wine. Nighttime grows around us like fruit ripe on the vine. We've had the taste of sweet embrace of friends we seldom see. Time does tell, we must say farewell, so let's do it happily. When you feel downhearted and your mind's in disarray, remember that this happened, and it happened here today. Time will fly by and by, some tears may fill our eyes. A fleeting glimpse of a favorite song you can't quite recognize. The day is past, so let's raise our glass to the loves we've left behind. Sing that long forgotten song that keeps them on our minds. When in life you need a thought to keep sorrow at bay, remember that this happened, and it happened here today. Sometime soon this might seem like a dream from far away. Not only did it happen, but it happened here today. Thank you.
Very, very well given, well given. And now, when these people want to speak, of course we let them speak, because they're the king and the queen. King Henry, 8th to bear that name, and Queen Catherine. Thank you so much. Welcome. You're supposed to stand up and say, God save the king.
God save the king.
Long live the queen.
Long live the queen.
Buy the band of beer.
Buy the band of beer.
Why is it always louder from this direction?
God bless us, everyone. I always love saying that. I first met Doug Kondziolka some 33 years ago at another festival south of here, when they performed there, and I thought this is the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. About 5 years later, I got to meet him again when I became a part of the Scarborough Academy of Performing Arts. He was one of our instructors, and he taught us about magic and making it for the people that come through that gate. And what a sacred right that is, and a sacred duty that we have to make each and every one of you feel as welcome as possible and as loved as possible. Because outside those gates, this world is brutal. But inside these gates, it is not. And so he set about teaching us the ways and how he brought the love and the joy and the purpose to all of you. And I've been a part of the performing company ever since, thanks to his tutelage. I met Wes Holden briefly. I met many other performers. Doug had a very good friend who was part of Jongleurs with him, and she went to high school with him. She graduated. Her name was Barbara Brinsky Shelton. And she had a motto of, "We are the childhood memories of tomorrow's adults." And it was Doug that shared that with all of us on the occasion of her passing some 20 years ago. Because of him, we strive to make the childhood memories of tomorrow's adults for the entire 17 days that our festival is open. And I only hope that we can be worthy of his memory and hers. He was a damn fine man to know.
Characters off. Real quick, last day of last year in the parapet, because in the parapet we're kind of loose and have a lot of fun and make jokes and stuff, but on that final day, after the last parting glass, he pulled his feathers out of his helmet and gave one to me and one to Jana, and his words were, "Every day is a gift."
There was something else you might not know. Every time you took a picture with him, or your children, or your grandchildren, he treasured that moment deeply. My best friend, Becky Rao, brought her daughter when she was about a year old out here and had a portrait made with Jose and with Doug. And then Katrina, last season, brought her own children out to have pictures made with Doug and Jose. And someone asked Doug one time, he said, "Don't you feel old when that happens?" And he said, "No, I feel blessed. You were his blessing."
God save the king! Long live the queen! Long live Miguel!
I just want to take a moment to thank the man that brought us to Scarborough Fair. This man had confidence in us. He brought us here. Ron Bolden. I love you, man.
And now, we really don't have a whole lot of time, but this person here assured me that he had a nice short thing that he wanted to do in honor of Miguel. And, well, his way with words is unrivaled. Please welcome Arthur Greenleaf Holmes.
Listen, I just received word of Doug's passing just a few minutes ago, and I am in a state of shock. And at my last show, I just very quickly wrote some thoughts together, but I didn't have time to write all of them together, so I need your help. I need a noun. Can someone give me a noun? Anyone give me a noun? That's a really good one. Let me write that one down. An occupation. Anyone? Yell it out, come on. That's right, very good. I'll write that one down. Another noun, quickly. Very good. A verb. We need a verb. Anyone? That's right. Okay, I'll put that one down. Two more nouns. Very good. No, not twinkle. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And here we go. Doug was a dairy farmer that left a lasting stain on my coffee table. I will never forget the time he shaved the petting zoo. I imagine even now he is administrating blood transfusions to all of the Canadian Mounties in heaven. Thank you, Doug.
Arthur Greenleaf Holmes. And now, we want to thank all of you for coming out here. We're going to sing one last song, a song that Doug was there when it was written back in 1984 near Cape Cod. And it's in the key of C for those who are counting. All right, I'll step in front of these. You can spread those two out so other people can share them. And, it's supposed to help if I turn this thing on. Here we go. If you know it, sing it. Though we have come to an end, and it's time to say so long, my friends. I hope you can feel that the meaning is real when we promise to meet once again. Be a rich man or poor man, a fool or a sure man, we've gathered our hands and we've made a merry stand. People, they come and they go, when we promised to meet once again. So bring on the starlight, make everything end right. A dream's just a memory that grows. And the fair time was our time, a dream time to share time. The fair time was a fine time to know. Yes, the fair time was a fine time to know. Bless all here. Thank you. And I hear Doug in the back of my head telling me, remember to thank our stage crew here, Mark Galvin and Laura McCarthy. Thank you so much for setting it up. Thank the owners and producers and management here at Scarborough Fair for letting us do this. And I personally want to thank the site crew and grounds crew. After 7 weeks with some very challenging weather, there's still grass on the ground. So thank everybody here for coming out and playing along. Thank you all for being attentive and helping honor and respect the memory of our great friend, Douglas Scott Kondziolka, otherwise known as Miguel Rodrigo Jesus Alfredo Esteban de Zaragoza. As Shakespeare said, and I want to reiterate, don't be sorry it's over. Be happy it happened. We love you, and we'll see you next weekend. 3 days.